So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Confidence Coach Jonathan. I've been coaching men now for about 10 years plus in the area of fear, anxiety, confidence, motivation, specifically in the area of how to get over social anxiety and improve your dating life, your social life. And now obviously my teaching has evolved. I also do business coaching and even other areas of coaching as well. I love coaching, it's my passion. So in this video I'm going to answer a question that I get regularly. I'm going to share some of my own experiences with quitting porn addiction, quitting masturbation. I'm going to talk about the positives that you get, the rewards you get. I'm also going to talk about the detrimental consequences of continuing these addictions. I just want to make a point of saying that I'm not judging anyone. I couldn't judge anyone if they watch porn, if they want to masturbate, because I've done it myself so many times. So I'm not judging, but at the same time I'm not going to walk an eggshell, and I'm not. If people get offended, then that's not my problem, that's theirs. You don't have to stay on the video. I am a teacher, and my job is to help men to improve their confidence, and part of that is we've got to be honest about things that are not always comfortable. Otherwise we're not going to grow, we're not going to improve, and we're just going to be talking nonsense. So if you feel offended, then it's probably best that you leave the video now. I'll say it again, I'm not judging people if they want to do that, that's their choice. I've done it. It's something that I choose not to do and something that I don't want to do anymore. And a lot of my clients open up to me and say, look, I've got an addiction to porn, or I'm masturbating a lot. Some clients have got an addiction to paying escorts. And again, they can relate to me. They know I'm not judging them, because I've had all those addictions as well, with all the things, with escorts, with porn, with masturbation. And throughout my life, I've been able to beat those addictions and change my life. So the tricky part is, someone asked me during the lockdown, one of you said to me, is masturbation okay if you don't watch porn? And I had to think about that for a long time, because I had a real struggle with that. I found it quite easy to give up porn, but I found it extremely difficult to completely stop masturbating. For me personally, it would be masturbating and jerking off to women that I dated before in my life. That fantasy, obviously that would be my triggering point, and I'd rationalize it and say, well, look, I'm not going on porn sites, and when I'm masturbating, it's to women that I've been with and had something meaningful with. But then when I really thought about it, I was like, does this make me feel good as a person? Is this something I'd like everybody to know publicly? No, it's not. So it's not right. Also as well, let's say for example, the women were fine with it, but maybe they're not. I feel like I'm dishonoring them. I feel like me jerking off on my own, it just doesn't, spiritually, it doesn't feel right for me. And it's not just that. Masturbating affects every area of your life. It affected every area of my life, and I'll share this as a true story, right? Some of you don't know. So when I was going through real big struggles in my early 20s, before I became a teacher, when I was very insecure, I didn't have a girlfriend, guys, I didn't have a job, I didn't have any money. I had a good family and I had some close friends, but I was living in an apartment on my own. I was depressed, I was very paranoid, and I had a bad addiction at that time to porn and masturbating. And all I wanted at that time, was to fall in love and get a girlfriend, and just to get a decent paying job and be happy. And I was struggling to achieve that. Now, it's interesting how a couple of years later, when I started facing my fears, I eventually got a girlfriend, I fell in love. I didn't realise this consciously, guys, only when I look back. When I fell in love and got a girlfriend and built my self-esteem up, and I started teaching and coaching, I stopped watching porn completely. I just completely had no appetite, and I stopped masturbating, because I had a good sex life with my girlfriend, I had a great relationship, and I was in love with her, and I found my purpose in life. But then a couple of years later, obviously, relationship separated. I had some challenges, mental health challenges, and then the addiction got me again. I fell weak and started watching porn occasionally, and started masturbating a lot. And during that time, I had some success with dating, but it didn't feel great. Relationships weren't as great as it was with my previous girlfriend, and my life, if I'm being honest, I wasn't that happy. So I only got to look at my life in two separate parts and say, how was my life when I wasn't watching porn and when I wasn't masturbating? And my life was incredible. I was living a dream. And it's not just about externally, like, okay, I had money, had a girlfriend, had a place, nice clothes, which I'm grateful for. It's how I felt as a person. It's got nothing to do with anyone else. It's a personal, private thing. My self-esteem, I just felt good inside. You don't have that heaviness of shame and guilt and have that constant fear of people catching you out for having this addiction and being judged, etc. So where I'm at in my life now, I haven't watched porn, I haven't masturbated in quite some time, and I plan on keeping it that way. Now, of course, there's always a chance. I'm human. There's always a chance I can fall vulnerable and masturbate again or watch porn. I'm aware of that, but I'm going to keep fighting the fight and keep helping my clients and the good people like yourself who follow me, because we can win this battle together. Because it's easy for people to say, "Oh, it's not that bad." Well, that's how all addictions start. It all starts off with your mind saying, "Oh, just come on, ain't that bad, just a little bit," and then before you know it, you're depressed. So it does affect mental health. It affects my mental health. It affects my self-esteem. It starts letting demons in. It feeds demons. You don't notice it straight away. So I'm not saying like, oh, if you just jerk off once, your life's going to fall apart. Probably nothing will happen. But when you keep doing it, and habit starts building, and then it starts off with maybe you do it once a week, right? I can understand that. Then you think, oh, it's not affecting me. I feel all right. Twice, 3 times, and then you start doing it every day, and then that's when it starts getting you. And then you find that you can't sleep. You feel paranoid. Your social anxiety starts coming back. It starts deteriorating. Then you start having a lot of limiting beliefs, and then you start doubting yourself. Start getting pessimistic. All sorts of things. Anger, jealousy. It ruins relationships. Now another part, let's just say, for example, let's just be open-minded for a second. Let's say that watching porn and masturbating wouldn't affect a person that much, right? Problem is, when you watch that, you've got no appetite to go out and get a real relationship. You're not that keen to be around people and build connections and open up. So it affects relationships, because if you're getting the counterfeit, because basically that's what it is, like unconsciously or consciously, whatever. When we're doing that, we're basically saying, I want connection, I want some love, I want to feel good, I want a sexual release, psychological, social, emotional, etc. We're telling ourselves, whether we realise it or not, that we don't believe we're good enough to get the real thing. We don't think we're good enough. We don't value ourselves, all that. And it was hard for me to admit that at a certain point, because my part of me would argue that and say, well, I do believe I'm good enough. You know, your arrogance would come in. I've had lots of women. I've had success. I've been confident. Yeah, that can all be true, but there's a struggle. So whether you've had a woman or not, whether you've had a lot, it doesn't matter. Well, you're telling yourself when you're doing that, and I'm telling myself when I'm doing it, I don't think I'm good enough to have real relationships. All sorts of things, you know. It feeds all the negativity, trust issues, which can ruin your relationships if you can't trust anyone and you can't trust yourself. It weakens you, and then you start being weak in other areas. So it's smart, and it's hard today, I would admit. It's hard in the generation because it's just everywhere. Back in my day, you had to look for porn, you had to get magazines or DVDs, but now I'm sitting on my computer and things are getting sent to me, and I don't even want them to be sent. It's kind of unfair. On all the platforms, you're getting people, it's kind of evil. They try and draw you in or trick you. We all know that. Everybody's getting that. Accounts get hacked, or you go on Instagram and you're just generally looking at sports or posting, and sexual things are coming up. You're not even looking for them. They're coming looking for you. So we have to be extra strong today. You have to have super discipline. And the way that you do that, or the way that I've found that works and I teach, is you have to have a purpose in life. You have to set goals. And if people think, oh, that's too much of a big deal, I don't know what my purpose is, that's okay. Start with the basics. You've got to take action. You've got to face your fears on a daily basis. You've got to clean your apartment. You know, most of this isn't hard. It can sound, I don't want to sound like Sergeant Major or I'm preaching. I'm not preaching. It's just about living the best life you can live. Everyone can do that. Everyone can start small. Like my mentor Jeff always said, you don't have to travel miles, thousands of places across the earth. You can start right in your living room. You can start by looking at yourself, looking what you can improve. Straight away, you can improve your apartment around you. You can clean up. You can have a shower. You can put on some clothes. You can get down, do some press-ups. You can get a piece of paper. You can start doing some writing. You can read a book. There's so many things that we can do as human beings that are healthy, that grow our spirit, that make us feel good, as opposed to watching porn. Because porn, masturbating, all of it, it's all in the same category. It just destroys your motivation, your energy. So it's just, I'm literally a different person when I'm not watching that stuff and I'm not jerking off. I'm a different person. My energy, my confidence, I feel a lot kinder. I'm a lot more patient, a lot more tolerable. I'm more motivated. I've got bigger visions, bigger ideas. I believe in myself more. My teaching is a lot better. So if you want to go to another level and you want to improve your level of human consciousness, and again, I want to make a point of saying, listen, I'm not perfect. None of us are. We all make mistakes. That's where forgiveness comes in. You have to forgive yourself as well. There's no point beating yourself up if you do it. And at some point, we're all gonna fall short. I know I am as well. I hope I don't. I believe I won't, but it's possible. You've got to pick yourself up again. So if you watch porn and you masturbate, say, okay, move on. I'm not going to watch it next time. And then you build some momentum. And I know when you guys, if you want, when you connect your purpose in life, when you feel it, it's a real connection. It's a spiritual thing, just the way there's a dark spiritual side of porn, masturbation, and all that kind of stuff. When you experience real connection, that can be with yourself, that can be your parents, a woman, the work that you do, helping, whatever it may be, going to the gym, running, meditating, reading a book, walking in the park, nature, traveling. When you experience that connection, it feels so good, you don't want anything else. There's no better feeling than that connection of meaning and love. And when you're growing, when you're challenging yourself. So for me, it's really shitty porn and masturbating. It gives you a good feeling for a short window, and then it leaves you feeling awful, or even worse, takes you down a dark rabbit hole. And for someone like myself as well, that's why I've said some strong prayers. That's why I've chosen to put this out, everyone to hear my struggle with this stuff. But at the same time, I'm very good once I set my mind to it. I won't watch it. And I'm in a very good place in my life, thank God, now. And for a while, there's been a struggle, as you guys know. And so I don't want to jeopardize that. And I want to be better for my clients. I want to be a better example. And I can't be a better example. I can't be better to my clients if I'm addicted to masturbating and fantasizing. I can't be doing it. I can't do it no more. So that's my feelings about it. But obviously, all of you are adults. You can make your own decisions. And if you don't agree with me, then I respect that. I don't agree with you, but I can understand that. And I'm not judging anyone. And I'm not judging myself either. Because, you know, life's hard. It is tough. Even when you're successful and you've got meaning. But I've done a little post on my Instagram today. I thought it was from the heart. It was great. And I said, you know, most people choose the path of least resistance because it's comfortable. And then they complain that the life hasn't got any meaning and they're miserable. And you can't do that if you want to live a better life. You have to stop being a coward and face your fears. You've got to grow. And part of facing fears is all the things we're talking about today. Addiction. You've got to stop caring what people think. So I really don't care what anybody thinks about me anymore. And that's because I'm happy in who I am and I love what I'm doing and I'm growing. I gave up caring about what people think about me a long time ago. That's where I got to with everything, with the business. And that's how I've come back from a mental health breakdown. I did a short video on YouTube, which was how to build your confidence back, and got quite a lot of views. People seem to like it. So wherever you are in your life right now, you can come back from it. I've done it. Clients have done it. So many other people have done it. Look at inspiring people. Look at someone like David Goggins. See what he come back from. He talks about this, coming back from the darkness. So you just become even more powerful when you give up the addiction. And obviously, I know addictions are not easy to beat. It's not a quick fix. The likelihood is, you know, people are not going to just beat it today from one video, but you be patient. You put the work in. It took me a long time as well. And I still got to maintain, because the point I'm at now is great, where there's no hunger to watch it because I'm satisfied. My life is going very good again. It's getting better and better, and I'm loving the results my clients are getting. But it's still about maintenance. But I'm glad I'm at this point, because I've been on the other side where you're heavy in the addiction, and that's all right as well. Like I said, it's not about judging yourself, but you have to be real with yourself if you want to be better. You can't be in denial and say, well, I want to live the best life I can live, but then you have a lot of these fears and addictions. But yeah, once you do it, you go to another level. Like, I'm sleeping better. my energy levels are better, my speaking's better, I'm not running out of things to say, I'm not stuck in my head, I'm not overthinking too much. My whole performance as a human being is better. I'm sharper, I'm switched on, I'm happy, I'm smiling. And I'm not going to attribute all that to abstaining from porn and masturbating, but a large proportion of that is definitely because of that. And I remember a time when a few people were saying to me they can't watch porn, they do no fat because it drains their energy. And even I was wrong. I was like, well, it doesn't drain my energy. I can masturbate and then go out and go gym and take action. I can do it, but I'm not as energetic. I'm a bit heavy. I'm a bit moody. I'm a bit quiet. I'm not really enjoying life. I'm not really present. So all these things, it's amazing how one little thing can affect you so much in such a negative way, and it can also affect you in such a positive way. So it's a long-term fight, but it's worth it. It's worth the fight. I think I read a book a couple of years ago, and I was doing some spiritual searching, and it was by Paulo Coelho. And in the book, he used the word a lot. I liked it, and he said, "The good fight." It's worth it. This is a good fight. It's worth it. It's worth to fight these demons with regards to porn and masturbation and all that area, because nothing beats the real thing. Having the real thing, having real intimacy with someone that you love. You can't beat that. It's a million times more satisfying, and it doesn't leave you guilty and ashamed. And, I've come to realize I'm going to do more videos. I'm learning as I speak now that healing and transformation, all of it is done through relationship building, because the same way that our relationships, I'm going off in here, but the same way our relationships get broken down when we're kids because of betrayal or abuse or unconscious behavior, bad relationships can destroy us to a certain degree, of course, but good relationships fix that. They fix those wounds. And it's a two-way thing. It's not like, oh, I'm a broken person, everybody please fix me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about taking massive responsibility for your issues. So you fix yourself. But at the same time, when you share your heart with other people, and they're good people, when you share your hearts together, you transform each other. And I've experienced this 1,000 times, so many times, with having the right woman, with teaching the right clients and having the right friendships. And I'm sure all of you have. If you haven't, then you've got that to come. That's yet to come for you. So porn and masturbating is a toxic, dark relationship. It is. I can't deny it. Can't beat around the bush. Not watching it is a great relationship. So I always know, if I'm honest with myself deep down, if I'm watching porn a lot and if I'm masturbating a lot, it's because my relationship with myself isn't good. It might be good in some way, but something's not right. I'm dealing with something that I'm not addressing. Whereas when I'm not watching that and I'm addiction free, I'm in a great place. My relationship's good. So I'll leave it on that. Listen, I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the box below. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. Speak your mind. I don't have to agree with you, but we don't have to be enemies. We can agree to disagree. But if you got a lot out of this video, let me know in the box below. I got a lot more videos to come, right? I don't see this as one video. I just see this as a continuation of the work that I do. I thought of that the other day. It was great, actually, quite liberating for YouTube, because for me, I'm always growing. I'm always thinking new ideas. I don't see it anymore as, oh, the next YouTube video. This is just a continuation of the teaching. So it's not like, okay, this is the end of the video, guys. Obviously, I'm going to go now. Can't stay on the video forever, but to be continued, all right? Fearless.